Hello, and welcome to the Preparing for the End of the School Year webinar. My name is Rob Lyden. I'm a benefit marketing rep with the Healthcare Authority, and I work in the Outreach and Training Unit. So today we're going to cover what actions benefit administrators should be taking at the end of each school year. So what we'll learn today is we're going to talk about what actions benefit administrators should be taking in SEBB My Account now that the end of the school year is approaching. We're also going to provide you with a lot of different scenarios that you may experience as a SEBB organization for your employees, and also provide you with a SEBB My Account demonstration on terminating those employees that are not going to be eligible for next school year. And as usual, we're going to provide you with reminders, tips, and resources. So let's take a look at the organizational profile tab that's in SEBB My Account. So every year, it's a requirement that SEBB organizations go into this organizational profile tab and update their first day of school no later than the 1st of August of each school year. So if a SEBB org does not update their first day of school, then coverage will always begin on the 1st of the following month, just like it is for any month throughout the year. That's the consequence for not updating your first day of school. So here's an example. If you have your first day of school was not changed and it was still 9/1/2020 and you failed to update it, you have a new employee that comes on board September 1st of 2021, their coverage will not begin until October 1 of 2021. So you want to make sure you go ahead and update your first day of school in your SEBB My Account organizational profile tab. You also want to enter the latest date for multiple first days of school. So what I mean by that is if you have a high school and you also have a junior high school and both first days of school start on the 5th of September, but you have an elementary school that starts on the 10th of September, you want to enter the 10th of September in SEBB My Account as your first day of school for your SEBB organization. For educational service districts, you want to go ahead and enter the first working day in September, whatever date that is. And you can find additional information in the SEBB My Account Manual, Chapters 2, pages 7 through 10. Also, underneath the organizational profile, you want to go ahead and add or update your SEBB organization contact information, such as who is the point of contact as a benefit specialist for your SEBB organization, a payroll person, or who is the superintendent for your SEBB organization. And you can check multiple roles under contact information. So this is really important because our outreach and training unit, our customer service, to include our accounting department, reaches out to this point of contact if they have any questions or need to contact the SEBB organization to help those school employees out with their account. So this is not the same as the manage access to where you assign people to have user roles in SEBB My Account. So this is again is just contact information. It has nothing to do with the manage access tab. So let's take a look how we would do this in SEBB My Account through this demonstration.
All right, so I am in a test environment for SEBB My Account, and I am going to actually show you how to update your new first day of school and how to update your SEBB org contacts. So from your admin dashboard in SEBB My Account, you would want to navigate to your organization profile page. There's two ways to get to that page. You can either navigate it by clicking on the profile tab here in the white towards the top of the screen, or you can click on the organization profile button here in the middle of the screen. Either way will take you to the same location. So let's go ahead and click the button, and that navigates us to our organization profile page. Now over to the right of the screen in the middle is where your first day of school is going to be located. You can see here that it has the old first day of school, and we need to go ahead and update that. Remember, this has to be updated every single year. It's very critical that it's updated, and it needs to be updated no later than August 1st. So let's go ahead and get this updated. So let's say that our upcoming school year is not going to start until 9/7 of 2021. So we went ahead, we updated that. And then you want to scroll to the bottom of this page and you want to click submit changes to save that, or else it's not going to save. So we click the submit changes, and you can see it says record successfully saved. So it went ahead and saved. Then at the bottom of this screen, this is where your SEBB org contacts are located. So right now you can see that this SEBB org has one contact listed, Jane Doe, and Jane Doe is listed as a contact as their benefit specialist and their insurance and billing person. Let's say that Jane Doe is actually leaving the district and we need to update and add a contact who is going to be replacing Jane Doe. We simply are just going to click the Add Contact button here on the right-hand side. You click that and a new contact will populate. You click the plus sign next to that, and this is where you're going to input that new contact's information. So let's say, oops, test tester is who is taking place. So you need to input their name, email, phone number, and address. So after you get all of their information inputted, you would click what type of contact they are. Now, one contact can be multiple contact types. So as you could see earlier, if I scroll up, that Jane Doe is listed as a benefit specialist and an insurance and billing person. You can also have one contact per contact type. So you can have one benefit specialist, one insurance and billing person, one payroll, and one superintendent, or you can select multiple if that person serves multiple roles in your organization. So let's say test tester is actually taking place at Jane Doe and is going to be the benefit specialist and the insurance and billing contact. So you want to check those two boxes and then you want to click submit changes to ensure that all of that information is saved for you. And we mentioned earlier that Jane Doe is actually leaving the district and we need to remove Jane as a contact. You would do that by clicking the plus sign next to the contact that you are needing to delete. And then if you scroll towards the bottom, there is a remove contact button here on the right-hand side. So you just click that and that removes the contact, and you can see now the only contact is test tester. And we're going to submit our changes to ensure everything is saved. And that is how you update your new first day of school and update your SEBB org contacts.
So benefit administrators should be reviewing and managing their admin access. So in order to do that, you must submit an admin appointment removal form to either add or remove a benefit administrator with admin access. And you can do this by submitting this through Fuse to Outreach and Training to process and SEBB My Account. So this form can be accessed on the BA website under Forms and Publications. And as you notice in the center of this form here, it says Appointment of SEBB My Account Administrator. And that's where you would want to enter the information of someone that you want to add with admin access. And then if someone's left the SEBB organization, then you probably want to remove them from this admin access. And you want to fill out the bottom portion where it says Removal of SEBB My Account Administrator. The superintendent would sign and date the bottom. And again, you would submit this form to Outreach and Training through Fuse. So admins do have access to be able to assign user roles to access management, edit, finance, and read-only access. So you can do that within your own SEBB organization, and you don't need to submit this form to Outreach and Training. All you have to do is just check the box next to their name to give them access management, edit, finance, or read-only access within your SEBB organization. Keep in mind that access management role can release a subscriber's account for reclaiming. So if you have a subscriber that forgets his security questions or creates a new SAW account, you're going to need to go in and disassociate the subscriber's account. And the only way you can do that is to have access management rule, that box checked next to that. So we do see some SEBB organizations that don't have that box checked. And we sometimes will get benefit administrators that'll say, I don't see the disassociate subscribers account checkbox or button. And that's because they don't have access management role. You must have this box checked next to access management to be able to see that button to dissociate a subscriber's account for reclaiming later. So let's talk about those employees that are eligible this year and that are returning and are going to be eligible for SEBB benefits next year. Those benefit elections will remain the same until December 31st of 2021. Good news, we now have the next open enrollment dates for SEBB employees, and that is October 25th to November 22nd of 2021. If they do go into SEBB My Account and make changes, or they make election changes, those elections are not effective until January 1st of 2022. So what are some of the changes that employees can make all year round? So they can enroll or change supplemental LTD, life, and AD&D. If they have a special open enrollment event that happens during the year, they can also create a special open enrollment in SEBB My Account. And they can change the employee contributions if they have a high deductible health plan with a health savings account attached. So for these employees here that are returning next year that are eligible, no new elections will be made, and there's not a worksheet that's required to tell these employees, hey, by the way, you're still eligible for benefits. Just a reminder for the state of emergency that Senate Bill 6189 still applies to those school employees who had eligibility for SEBB benefits as of February 29th. So there's a gov delivery that was sent out on August 20th. So benefits must be maintained for those employees. Guidance provided has not changed, and the protections in Senate Bill 6189 remain and continue until the governor's state of emergency has been lifted. So let's take a look at some scenarios for those employees not returning next school year. So Noah, who's an eligible school employee working at Granite Falls School District and is resigning employment effective August 5th of 2021 this year. So the employer contribution towards SEBB benefits will end at the end of August or the end of the month, which is August 31st, since this employee is resigning. The benefit administrator will go into SEBB My Account and terminate this employee's coverage. They'll also complete and provide a C3 worksheet for this employee, and the SEBB program will mail SEBB continuation coverage election notice to this employee directly to their house. So this will go out approximately about 2 weeks after this employee's coverage ends on August 31st. So here's another scenario. Tyson decided to retire and submits his letter of resignation effective June 17th. So he chooses to start receiving his retirement pension benefit July 1st. So the employer contribution towards SEBB benefits will end June 30th since he submitted his letter of resignation on June 17th. So the end of the month is when his benefits would end. The benefit administrator would go into SEBB My Account and terminate this employee's coverage. They would also complete and provide a C4 worksheet, and then the SEBB program will mail that SEBB continuation coverage election notice to the employee. This employee's pension with the Department of Retirement Systems would start on July 1st, and this employee would need to enroll in PEB retiree insurance coverage if they wish to do so. Again, this is optional with an effective date of July 1st. This employee has 60 days to enroll or defer PEB retiree coverage once their SEBB benefits end or their continuation coverage ends. They have 60 days, and once you go past these 60 days, you lose all rights to enroll in or defer your PEB retiree coverage. So you want to make sure you get those forms in as soon as possible. So if you have employees that are interested or thinking about retiring or just want general overview of their health insurance options as a retiree through the PEB program, you can have them go ahead and register to attend one of our monthly online webinars. The outreach and training is offering these monthly webinars basically at the end of the month, and they can go on the Employee and Retirees Benefit webpage to register under the Retirees tab. Click on Preparing for Retirement, and then they can click on Attend Retirement Webinar. So keep in mind that we are conducting 2 webinars, one for PEB and one for SEBB, those public employees and then school employees. You want to make sure that you register for the correct one, that's school employees. Those school employees can also access or print the 2021 SEBB Retiree Enrollment Guide online, and you'll find that guide underneath the Retirees tab. You can also contact our SEBB customer service at 1-800-200-1004 if they have questions pertaining to retirement, not active benefits, but retirement benefits under the SEBB program. So let's jump into those scenarios with transferring employees. So Tyler is an eligible employee this school year at Auburn School District and is enrolled in SEBB benefits. He informs his benefit administrator that he has taken a position with Kent School District starting on September 3rd, 2021. So Auburn School District would go ahead as a benefit administrator and enter a transfer date in SEBB My account of August 31st. His benefits would end at the end of the school year of August 31st. Kent School District, the BA would enter the employee as a newly eligible subscriber and is now able to claim that new employee's account in SEBB My account. You must enter the eligibility reason, hire date, and the represented fields in SEBB My account. No new elections are made for this employee unless that plan is no longer available in their area. This employee can make new elections during the next annual open enrollment with changes effective January 1st of 2022. So what happens if you have a benefit administrator that accidentally terminates the employee because they didn't know they were transferring to another school district? That's okay. Whatever you do, don't go back in, reinstate the employee, and then enter a transfer date. You don't need to do that. That'll mess up the system. So what you want to go ahead and do is, as a new school district, you just want to go ahead and claim that employee's account. Here's another situation. So Ariana works for Battleground School District and submits her letter of resignation with an effective date of June 15th. She plans to move to Willow Public Schools effective July 1st. So Willow Public Schools determined Ariana eligible on the first day of work, July 1st. She is anticipated to be compensated for 17 and a half hours for 6 of the last 8 weeks in the school year. So this employee is a 12-month mid-year hire. She is anticipated to work 630 hours next school year. So she will receive uninterrupted coverage from Battleground School District to Willow Public Schools. No new elections will be made for the employee unless that plan is no longer available, and they can make new elections during next annual open enrollment, with changes effective January 1st of 2022. So the school district did anticipate that she is a mid-year hire and that she does fall under those requirements of being able to be anticipated to be compensated for 17 and a half of 6 of the last 8 weeks in the school year. So let's take a look at another scenario. So Sophia works for ESD 101 and submits her letter of resignation with an effective date of June 15, 2021 with ESD 101. She plans to move and work for Vancouver School District with an effective date of July 27, 2021. So her SEBB benefits with ESD 101 would end at the end of the month that she's resigning, so that would be June 30th. And then Vancouver School District determines that Sophia is not anticipated to be compensated for 17 and a half of 6 of the last 8 weeks of the school year, which is the mid-year hire rule. So she's not anticipated to be compensated, so she is not eligible for SEBB benefits for the month of July and August coverage. So keep in mind this is not a transfer. In order to be a transfer, you must be eligible at the school district that you're leaving and the school district that you're going to. You must be eligible. So it does state that she is anticipated to work 630 hours next school year. So her date of eligibility is the first day of work, whatever that is, for the new school year. So let's talk about those employees that actually work that 630th hour in August. So are they eligible? Yes, no, maybe yes, and then maybe not. So let's take a look at these scenarios. So Kiana works for Bremerton School District and was anticipated to only work 550 hours in the school year, but she reaches 630 hours worked on August 5th of 2021. So here's the yes. This is a possible scenario. So she's anticipated to work 630 hours in the next school year. She would be eligible for benefits effective September 1st. She would also be able to make changes during next annual open enrollment in October 25th, and those changes would be effective January 1st of 2022. So here's another possibility. She's not anticipated to work 630 hours in the next school year, so she does not become eligible for SEBB September coverage for SEBB benefits because she's not anticipated to work 630 the next school year. Even though she's worked that 630 in August, if she's not anticipated to work 630 in the next school year, she does not become eligible for SEBB benefits starting September. So here's the other possibility. So we're looking at the 2-year look back rule. So she worked the past 2 school years at least 630 hours per year and is returning to the same type of position and same SEB organization. So for an employee like this, using the 2-year look back provision, she is presumed eligible for benefits on September 1st. So here's the other possibility. The SEB org may rebut this by notifying the school employee in writing of the specific reason why they don't think this employee is going to be anticipated to work 630 hours in the upcoming school year. So no, if they submit this in writing of the specific reason, then no, she would not be eligible using the 2-year look back rule. So a lot of different possibilities if an employee worked that 630th hour in August. So let's take a look at approved leave scenario. So from this, we're talking about those employees from one school year to the next school year. So Michaela is an eligible employee with Davenport School District. She's placed on approved FMLA. Again, FMLA is that protected leave in August of 2021. So as a benefit administrator, you want to go ahead and complete and provide the appropriate C worksheet for this employee. Her approved leave lasts until October 16th of 2021. She is anticipated to work 630 hours in the new school year. SEB benefits continue uninterrupted. No new elections are made, no action taken in SEB My Account. The employee can make new elections during annual open enrollment, with changes being effective January 1st, 2022. So here's another scenario. Isabella is an eligible school employee, so she is approved for FMLA and PFML in August of 2021. And again, those two must run consecutive with at least 1 day overlapping between FMLA and PFML. If that happens, then they are under protected leave. The benefit administrator would go ahead and complete and provide the appropriate C worksheet. So that FMLA lasts until October 30th, 2021. So PFML continues for another 4 weeks, ending on November 27th of 2021. So this employee decides to go on approved leave without pay. As a result, she is not anticipated to work 630 hours in the school year. Her coverage would end and be terminated at the end of November, which is November 30th, when PFML ends. So let's take a look at the SEB My Account demonstration. But before we do that, so for those employees that are leaving the SEB organization or who are not eligible for next school year for SEB benefits, you want to go into SEB My Account and terminate coverage no earlier than the month prior. You want to terminate coverage for those employees losing eligibility before August 12th so that they're removed from the September billing file. Keep in mind that coverage will not end automatically on August 31st of each school year. Benefit administrators must go into SEB My Account and terminate that coverage for those employees that are leaving their SEB organization or who are not eligible for benefits in the next school year. You want to also go ahead and provide that appropriate C worksheet. So let's take a look at a demonstration on how we would terminate coverage for those employees who are not returning.
Hi again. So now I'm here to show you how to terminate an employee. You would want to do this if an employee is no longer going to be continuing with your district for the next school year, or maybe they're going into a position that's not benefit eligible and you need to terminate their benefits. So you would want to start by being on your admin dashboard, and then you would want to navigate to your Manage Subscribers page. There's two ways you can get to that. Either by clicking the Subscribers white tab towards the top of the screen, or you can click the Manage Subscribers button here where my cursor is on the left-hand side. Either way takes you to the same location. So I'm going to click that, and that brings us to our Manage Subscribers page. You would then need to search for your employee. So I'm going to search for my employee by their last name. So you type in their last name, click search, and then you want to verify that it brought up the correct employee because you don't want to terminate someone's coverage who doesn't need to be terminated. So we have Tom, Jerry. I'm going to verify that yes, this is the last four of their social and this is the correct birthday. So we have the correct employee. You click the checkbox next to Tom, Jerry, or your employee's name and click the Manage Associated Subscriber button. And then that will open up Tom, Jerry, or your employee's information down below. So you scroll down, it automatically takes you to your subscriber's current coverage page or coverage summary page. You would want to navigate to the employment tab here on the top left. You click on that, and then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where you would terminate subscriber, and this is also where you would transfer a subscriber if this employee is transferring to another district. But in this scenario, we're going to show you how to terminate a subscriber. So you need to select a termination reason. Let's say Tom Jerry is just leaving employment. They're not continuing with our district anymore. So you click that, and then you want to put in their termination effective date. In this scenario, let's say that Tom Jerry is terminating a little bit early. So let's say 5/20 of 2021 is when Tom Jerry is going to be terminating from our district. It then comes up with a warning and it says, are you sure you want to terminate coverage for this member? If this member is the primary subscriber on an account, their dependents coverage will be terminated as well. So yes, we want to go ahead. Tom Jerry already put in their letter of resignation. They're resigning effective 5/20 of 2021. And then you just want to simply click the terminate coverage button. And then it's going to load and it says subscriber successfully updated and saved. So now Tom Jerry is terminated effective 5/20 of 2021, meaning that Tom Jerry's last day of coverage is going to be the last day in May. And that is how you terminate an employee.
Thank you, Sarah, for that great demonstration on terminating employees. So let's take a look at some reminders, tips, and resources for benefit administrators. So our biggest resource is the BA website. There's so much information on there. And there's the link to the BA website. If you haven't been on it already, again, you can find the worksheets there. You can register for our webinars. You can also review pre-recorded webinars that we've done to include the presentations that go with those webinars. You can find all the forms, publications, any notice and updates for SEBB My Account or since COVID during the pandemic, or any general notices and updates that come out or changes with the SEBB program. Also, if you have questions, you can always contact us using our outreach and training number at 1-800-700-1555, or you can go ahead and send us a fuse. Also, you want to go ahead and register for Gov Delivery if you haven't already done that under the Notices and Updates tab at the top there. Also, you want to register as a benefit administrator for a Fuse account under the Financiers tab at the very top there. And again, Fuse is a secure messaging system that allows benefit administrators to communicate with our customer service and outreach and training. And also they can upload documents. The outreach and training team is excited to announce that we are producing short recorded training videos for you all that can be viewed anytime at your own convenience. So these short videos are intended to cover recent updates, changes, and reminders about the SEBB program that may have been missed or that can use further explanation. So all recorded videos are posted to the BA website, and you can find these short videos under the Notices and Updates. You'll find it right next to the date as you see in the photo here on the slide. Good news, the eligibility tools and worksheet page has been updated with all the A through E series worksheets. I know we were getting a lot of BAs were asking us about when are the D worksheets going to be posted. All the D series worksheets are now posted on the BA website. The outreach and training team is also excited to announce that we will be posting how to use videos for each of the worksheets. The D series worksheet will be the first to have the videos accompanied next to them, just like in the photo here. The videos will appear alongside each corresponding worksheet on the SEBB Benefit Administrator's webpage. So good news that the SEBB Intercom newsletter for May 2021 is mailed to all employees as of May 10th, 2021. So the articles that are in this newsletter include the latest on COVID-19, some of the rule changes for the medical flexible spending arrangement and the DCAP program. Also, it talks about our PEB retiree insurance coverage webinars that we're holding at the end of each month for the entire year. Also, the article explains, there's an article that explains naming and updating life and AD&D insurance beneficiaries. So this is something that's overlooked by employees because this is an employer paid benefit. So employees forget to go in and name a beneficiary. So you want to remind your employees to make sure that they update their beneficiaries for life and AD&D. And there's so much more information in this newsletter. So we do have a few upcoming webinars. These are the tentative dates. On August 6th, we're going to conduct a webinar on preparing for the start of the school year, the new school year. And then on October 1st, we are going to conduct a pre-annual open enrollment webinar just before annual open enrollment which starts on October 25th. And then on December 10th, we are going to conduct a post-annual open enrollment after annual open enrollment ends on November 22nd. And here's the link you can register. Currently, you cannot register for these webinars right now. And just keep in mind that all our webinars are recorded and posted on the BA website. Also, just as a reminder, outreach and training webinars will no longer be hosted using GoToMeeting webinar starting June 2021. The outreach and training will be moving from GoToWebinar to the Zoom platform. And we're excited for that. So we covered a lot of information in this hour on things that SEBB organizations need to do at the end of each school year. Definitely in the organizational profile, you want to make sure every year it's a requirement that you update your new first day of school. Also adding and updating your SEBB organization contact information, those points of contact within your SEBB organization. We also talked about reviewing and managing your admin access for SEBB My Account and the form you must use to submit to outreach and training if you want to add or remove a benefit administrator with admin rights, and also how admins can access or assign user roles to access management, edit, finance, and read-only access without using the form. We gave you a lot of different scenarios today. We talked about those employees that are eligible this year and that are returning next year and are going to be eligible for SEBB benefits. We also talked about, gave you a reminder about the state of emergency. Again, benefits will be maintained for those employees that were eligible for SEBB benefits as of February 29, 2020. We provided you a lot of different scenarios here that you may experience in your SEBB organization. Also, we provided a demonstration for, the first demonstration was for you to add or update those contact information, also to update your first day of school in the organizational profile tab. Also, we gave you a demonstration on how to terminate those coverage for those employees that are leaving your SEBB organization or who are not eligible for it next school year. And keep in mind that coverage will not end automatically on August 31st. Benefit administrators must go into SEBB My Account and terminate those coverage for those employees that are leaving and those employees that are not eligible for SEBB benefits the next school year. and to make sure that you terminate this coverage before August 12th so that they're removed from that September billing file. We provided you plenty of resources, mainly the BA website. We also talked about those staying connected training videos that are going to be out there that we're producing, to include the videos for the eligibility worksheets that we're producing for you all. Slightly talked about the SEBB Intercom newsletter and those articles that it includes. We talked about some upcoming webinars as well. And I just want to thank you all for joining this webinar and participating. And we hope to see you out there on the road. So have a great weekend, and we will talk to you all soon.